Hey everybody, Sean Holsinger here from holsingersflyshop.com. Bringing you a cool little pattern. It's one of my patterns. This is a Pink Quill Nymph. Great wintertime fly. I was fishing this last week, testing it out, had a lot of success with it, really liked it. And tied the bead a little bit heavy on this one because it's wintertime. My water is up right now, especially compared to last summer where it's really high compared to that. But higher water conditions and stuff, I want a little heavier bead to get me down quicker, get me in those soft pockets and stuff, and hang in there and just take its time going through it. Let the trout, get it, and it really works. So anyways, really cool pattern. I'm going to show you a couple new things we carrying in the shop. One of them is Moonlit beads. Really like these beads. Nice tight gaps on the back. Lots of nice colors. We just started carrying these in the shop. Another thing we started carrying, we picked up some Fooling Mills stuff. This is Bronze Peacock Tactical Nymph, or Micro Flash Dub. Really nice stuff. On some stuff's hard to get your hands on a lot of times, so we used this as an alternative for that. Worked really great. Another thing I want to point out real quick before I get into the tying video, I'm going to use some Semperfli wax thread in this one. Don't use it that often. I'm going to start using it a little bit more. I always use the UTC Ultra Thread, which is nice stuff, and but it's hard to get your hands on some of the colors, and that becomes a pain in the butt. This Semperfli, a little bit more in price, out of pocket price, I should say, but you get like twice as much thread. So when you figure it out per foot or whatever per yard, the Semperfli is actually less money per yard than the UTC thread is. You get more on the Semperfli than you do with the UTC, and per yard it actually costs less. So don't count this out just trying to save money. It's a little bit more. It's like twice the price, but you get twice the amount of thread. So don't count that out. Anyways, guys, here's a really cool fly. You're going to really like it. I hope you do. Here you're going to see a picture of it and then the material list to tie it. Okay, here we see the Pink Quill Nymph in the vise. Very cool fly, very good fly for wintertime here while I'm shooting this video. Let's get into tying it. For a hook, we're going to use a Holsinger's Fly Shop jig hook. Tying this on a size 16. And for a bead, I'm using the Moonlit slotted tungsten beads. This is metallic red 3.0 for this 16. It's a little bit oversized, but I want it to get down in the heavier water here in the wintertime. Put this a little deeper in the vise there. There we go. And for thread, I'm using 6/0 Semperfli wax thread. This is fluorescent pink. And next thing we're going to put on is a little bit of Cocktailion. I'm going to pull off 6 or 8 fibers here from my Cocktailion and use that as my tail. So for the tail, I want to go a little bit long here, but not real long. I'm going to set that on top, measure it off, get it a good solid body length there. It's just a hair long. Maybe pull it in just a little bit there. I'm going to go right back to that bend, and I'm going to put one wrap underneath it so it stays up on top and doesn't wrap around the bend like that. I like that. And then we'll cut off our butt sections. Next thing I'm going to put on is a little bit of Glow Bright. This is number 2, the fluorescent pink color. And I'm just going to take 2 strands of it, fold it over back on itself, and make it 2 strands wide. And I'm going to start this on the side closest to me. I'm going to wrap it down one side, back the tail, and I want it to go halfway through the tail there. You can see I'm halfway through that, and then I'm going to pull it over onto the other side. So I'm going to have 4 strands all together down this tail, but I'm going to go 2 on each side of that tail, and then I'm going to cut it off the same length. So it gives me a little tag out the back, but it lets my tail stick out. My Cocktailion tail stick out through the tag just a little bit extra there. So then I'm going to come up Make sure I get that bead locked in place. You can see there, one of the things I like about these Moonlit beads is they got a nice tight gap on them there, so it doesn't take a whole lot of thread to build up a dam. That's why I like using these. Next thing we're going to put on is some extra small red wire here from Ultra Wire. Wrap that right back there to your tail. And then we're going to put on a Pink Cahill. This is a turkey biot quill, and the color is Pink Cahill on here. So I'm going to just cut the tip off of that because the tip's real brittle. So I'm going to start back about a third of the way on there, tying it in by the tip, and I'm going to tie it back to that tail, and then we're going to wrap that forward. Now you can do two things here. One thing you can do is put a little bit of super glue on there, and that holds it as you wrap it. Either way, you want to start out your first wrap or two here, kind of try to do it as lightly as possible, or you'll break that with your thread wraps holding it down there. But you can put a little bit of super glue, or you can do what I'm doing using the wire here. If you use the super glue, you don't really need the wire, but the wire here is to secure it into place. So just make nice wraps. Get that wrap down there behind the bead. And then you can cut that off. And that's our quill body here for this polai. And then we're going to rib this with our wire, and I'm just going to go in between the little quill that sticks up. Make a nice ribbed body on here. Oops. Then with this extra small wire, it's pretty soft, so you can just give a nice little tug. Last thing we're going to do, put on some Fooling Mills dubbing here. This is tactical micro flash dubbing in bronze peacock. Nice small stuff, and it does not take much at all. So I'm just using just a touch of it. Put just a touch of it on there to dub the collar. A couple wraps, and then tie it off, and we're done with this fly. Great little wintertime fly. Lots of color, fish see it. Using a little bit heavy bead on here. This 3/0 on a 16 hook is a little bit oversized, but right now in the wintertime, water's up, and this fly is going to get down for you in that higher water. There you go. Alright guys, kind of a simple fly, just a lot of techniques that we've built up over the years through my videos, and it makes a really good fish catching fly. Like I said, right now, winter time, something flashy to catch their eye, get their attention, make them grab onto, that's what you want. Egg patterns a lot. I was fishing this with an egg, fishing this on the bottom, the egg above it, suspending the egg, and I was catching both the egg and this nymph. So don't be afraid to give a fly like this a try, and especially, you know, stocky time. April, when you got all those stockies in the stream, they're going to gobble a fly up like this that they see really easily. So have fun tying, guys. It's fun for me creating flies like this, going out and testing it, and catching fish on it. That's all the fun in tying. So I hope you enjoy that kind of tying too. And if you'd like me to tie any of these or any other materials to get them, to tie them, you can find them at our website at holsingersflyshop.com. If you want me to tie them for you, I can tie them for you at holsingersflyshop@gmail.com. That email address goes directly to me, and I do custom orders all the time. That's what I do during the day, so reach out to me if you want any of these. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next week when I bring you another video, I'm Sean Holsinger.